I'm Lester the Lobster from PEI, an ugly little bug with beady little eyes, but I can tackle anything up to twice my size. I'm Lester the Lobster from PEI. Now some people hold to the silly little notion that every single lobster in the big wide ocean is as green as can be until they're boiled. But I'm as red as Prince Edward Island soil. I'm Lester the Lobster from PEI, an ugly little bug with beady little eyes. I can tackle anything up to twice my size. I'm Lester the Lobster from PEI. An amazing crustacean, that's what I am, it's plain. The first little lobster to bring the island fame. I was hatched on the shores in the PEI mud, and the color of the island soil has gotten in my blood. I'm Lester the Lobster from PEI, an ugly little bug with beady little eyes, but I can tackle anything up to twice my size. I'm Lester the Lobster from PEI. Well, I'm grown up now and looking for a mate, a quaint and dainty lobster miss who would cohabitate with the great red lobster from the shores of PEI. But my little lobster miss would have to be as red as I. I'm Lester the Lobster from PEI, an ugly little bug with beady little eyes, but I can tackle anything up to twice my size. I'm Lester the Lobster from PEI. Well, I'd like to send a message to the people of the world. If anyone should come across a little lobster girl who's as red as Prince Edward Island sitting in the sea, just crate her up and ship her here and send her COD. I'm Lester the Lobster from PEI, an ugly little bug with beady little eyes, but I can tackle anything up to twice my size. I'm Lester the Lobster from PEI. I'm Lester the Lobster from PEI.
Just a humping down the highway in a big rig Mac, and rolling out my rubber, smoking up my stacks. I'm heading for the coast and I'm doubling back. Gotta make some time tonight. Yeah, I told my woman just before I left, no, there ain't no reason for her to worry and fret. I've been driving all my life and I ain't dead yet, though I'm pushing my luck tonight. 'Cause them highway white lines flying on by sure give me a drowsy feeling. I ain't got time for any shot, I gotta keep this big rig wheeling. I'll tell you boys, I've seen a lot of road, and they haven't built a rig that I haven't drove, and I guess I pulled every kind of a load, but I got me a dandy tonight. I'm pulling 22 ton of long rod steel. My left hand thinks it's part of the wheel, and I'm too darn tired to know how I feel, just making up some time tonight. Yeah, them highway white lines flying on by sure give me a drowsy feeling. I ain't got time for any shot, I gotta keep this big rig wheeling. Well, I heard a lot of stories they swore were real about guys in their rigs, how they dozed at the wheel, but I'm pulling a load of long rod steel, gotta keep my two eyes open. Yeah, I wanna make it back to my pretty little wife, 'cause a roll in the hay would sure go nice, but there's 1,000 miles in a day and a night before I can make that happen. Yeah, them highway white lines flying on by sure give me a drowsy feeling. Ain't got time for any shot, I gotta keep this big rig wheeling. Yeah, I'm rolling the hay's gonna have to wait, though I'm doing all I can, I'm still running late, and I gotta make it to the docks by 8:30, that's 8:30 tomorrow. Well, that's the story of a trucker's life, where the poor guy hardly ever sees his wife, but somebody's gotta keep them Macs and Whites and Jimmys and Rios rolling. Now, you hear that, Mac? I gotta keep you rolling. You smoke puffin' old mother, get up that hill. All right, I'll gear you down. There now. That better? 32 inches of hickory handle connected to 16-pound of steel. Swing that sledge till your teeth near rattle, and you swing that sledge till your senses reel. 16-pound of hard-swung steel bouncing off the granite like a rubber ball. The rifle guard with his hounds at your heels, and you don't stop swinging and you don't dare stall. 32 inches of hickory handle connected to 16-pound of steel. Swing that sledge till your teeth near rattle, and you swing that sledge till your senses reel. Swing that hammer though you're soaking wet, drenched in sweat rolling off your brow. You don't stop for to wipe it off, you keep a-swinging that hammer and a-bringing it down. 32 inches of hickory handle connected to 16-pound of steel. Swing that sledge till your teeth near rattle, and you swing that sledge till your senses reel. Pounding out a hole in this granite graveyard, burning alive in the blazing sun. Pounding out a hole in this granite graveyard, and you don't stop swinging till your time is done. 32 inches of hickory handle connected to 16-pound of steel. Swing that sledge till your teeth near rattle, and you swing that sledge till your senses reel. 50 acres of solid granite beating our way through the upper strand. The only place on the face of the nation with 50 acres of man-made sand. The only place on the face of the nation with 50 acres of man-made sand. The scream of the jets through the smoke-heavy skies of the city. The roar of the traffic, the rumble of the subways underground. They're just background music for my mind as I stand here thinking of the love of that woman that I left in that little country town. It was a long, long way from my hometown to big town Toronto. A long, lonely highway with nothing but my dreams to urge me on. Here I stand in the bright lights of the nightlife of this big cold city, with just a few shattered dreams and a handful of schemes that went wrong. I told that girl I'd return like a big wheel from the big city. I'd have money and clothes and be driving a big fancy car. Well, this big wheel's gone flat, my shoes have got holes and I'm busted. All I've got left is my pride, and I'm not sure it'll go very far. Yeah, the scream of the jets through the smoke-heavy skies of the city. The roar of the traffic, the rumble of the subways underground. They're just background music for my mind as I stand here thinking I'd swap my pride for a ride on a Greyhound back to my hometown. I'd swap my pride for a ride on a Greyhound back to my hometown. There are cat tracks on the mountain now where the deer trails used to wind, but not the paw marks of some cougar kitten nor the cub of a mountain lion. No, they're the cat tracks made by the mighty machines that crawl on cleats of steel, like the 50-ton diesel dozer cats that can make a mountain kneel. Lord, they'll make a mountain kneel. Now man said to that mountain, I'm going to cut you down. Might even move you over some, 'cause we're building us a brand new town. Yeah, with highways all around. That majestic mountain stood so proud. It stood as long as man allowed, and then the cat tracks ripped off her royal shroud of 1,000 years of trees. They brought her to her knees. They took her crown and they stripped her bare. The very clouds seemed to stop and stare, and the land and the sea and the sky up there. They knew that man was here. With his cat tracks, man was here. The cat tracks dug in the mountainside. The diesels snarled and their blades ripped wide, and they clawed the sod till the mountain cried, and her tears ran down below to the rivers far below. Then the cat tracks left and the people came. They gave their damn new town a name. They called it Mountain City, but it's not the same as the mountain that the sky once knew. The sky wept for the friend she knew. Yes, there's cat tracks on the mountain now where the deer trails used to wind, but not the paw marks of some cougar kitten nor the cub of a mountain lion. No, they're the cat tracks made by the mighty machines that crawl on cleats of steel, like the 50-ton diesel dozer cats that can make a mountain kneel. Lord, they'll make a mountain kneel. Steel wheels on the rails, rolling in on time. You can hear her whistle whine through this prison cell of mine. Steel wheels on the rails, rolling in on time. Lord, how I wish I was free. Oh, not too long ago, I rode on that same train across the Sackville Plains to old Dorchester, Penn. Not too long ago, I rode on that same train, but Lord, how I wish I was free. Steel wheels on the rails, rolling in on time. You can hear her whistle whine through this prison cell of mine. Steel wheels on the rails, rolling in on time. Lord, how I wish I was free. A didn't rob no mail car nor hold up any store, but I shot a man to the floor with the woman I adored. Oh, I didn't rob no mail car, my crime was worse by far, but Lord, how I wish I was free to ride those wheels down the rails, rolling in on time. Listen to her whistle whine, she thunders down that double line, steel wheels on the rails, rolling in on time. But Lord, how I wish I was free.
Steel wheels on the rails, rolling in on time. Steel wheels on the rails, rolling in on time. Steel wheels on the rails, rolling in on time.
Sitting by the window, staring out into the dark, listening to the night sounds, wondering where you are, wondering what it is that draws you to those smoky all-night bars. Just one more night by the window, staring out into the dark. You know, I just can't figure out just what it is you want from life. But just 7 years ago you said all you wanted was to be my wife. For the last 7 years I've given you just almost everything that you asked for. But now it seems you found something I can't give in those uptown all-night bars. That's why I'm sitting by the window, staring out into the dark, listening to the night sounds, wondering where you are, wondering what it is that draws you to those smoky all-night bars. Just one more night by the window, staring out into the dark. Yeah, I tried real hard to make life good, oh, I failed by times, I know. In fact, I failed worse than I realized, or you wouldn't be on that bar stool now. But woman, I'm not blaming you, 'cause things didn't turn out right. No, I'm just sitting by the window, and I'm wondering where you're sitting tonight. Sitting by the window, staring out into the dark, listening to the night sounds and wondering where you are, wondering what it is that draws you to those smoky all-night bars. Just one more night by the window, staring out into the dark. No, I'm not blaming you, woman. I'm not blaming you for a single thing. 'Cause at least now I know what it is you want. You just want your freedom from that wedding ring. 'Cause any love that we once shared, well, now it's all gone down the drain. In fact, that's why I'm writing this last letter now. That's why I'm riding on the westbound trail. Still sitting by the window, staring out into the dark, listening to the night sounds, wondering where you are, wondering what it is that draws you to those smoky all-night bars. Just one more night by the window, staring out into the dark. Jailer, would you bring a drink
of something hot for Dan. He's got the chills and the tremblings. He's a mighty sickly man. The wind blows cold through the window bars, and it's hard to keep him warm. I'd hate to lose my buddy, but I don't think he'll last till dawn. Danny, here's a cigarette. One of the guards sent it in. It came from Turnkey Jacobs. He asked me how you'd been. Yeah, and one of the boys sent his blanket. He said it was for old Dan. Just like old times, I'm right with you, pal, so hang on if you can. I tied my shirt through the window bars, to cut off some of the wind. But you got the chills and the trembling's bad. I'm scared pneumonia is setting in. But I'm looking after you just the best that I can. I'm with you all the way. 'Cause, well, we've been side by side for years. That's how it's going to stay. Dan, you're lying mighty still. Sure hope that you're okay. I see your trembling stopped and all. Has the fever gone away? Dan, can you hear me, pal? Or did you decide to cash in your chips? Just don't seem fitting for you to go on alone, 'cause we've been together on all of our trips. Jailer, call the padre. Tell him hurry if you can. Then you'd better call the hearse, 'cause I've just lost old Dan. The wind blows cold through the window bars. Now I've got the fever and the chills. Yeah, but there's a warmth in my passing to the great beyond. 'Cause my buddy Dan's waiting just over the hills.
Panic, wild and driven crazy by the hatred deep inside, where a man must look to loose the chains of fear that bind the soul. With the riot fires burning bright, the sidewalks splashed with red, the asphalt jungle once again watched as vengeance took its toll. Fellow man, fellow man, fellow man, fellow man. What if he is black or white or red or yellow, he's a man. When our spears are beat to plowshares and the plows then till the land, perhaps then we all will realize we're each other's fellow man. The fallen bodies lie there, side by side, black and white. Yet no one stopped to realize that each man's blood was red. From high upon a balcony, a voice called through the night, crying peace and understanding, but a bullet stopped him dead. Fellow man, fellow man, fellow man, fellow man. What if he is black or white or red or yellow, he's a man. When our spears are beat to plowshares and the plows then till the land, perhaps then we all will realize we're each other's fellow man. There can be no understanding, and peace will not be found, while the cry is choose your sides, shoot to kill and gun them down. All mankind must come to reason, for the answer's all around. A man's blood runs neither black nor white, but red upon the ground. Fellow man, fellow man, fellow man, fellow man. What the hell if he is black or white, red or yellow, he's a man. And when our spears are beat to plowshares, and the plows then till the land, perhaps then we all will realize we're each other's fellow man. Ain't I gonna ride that train no more, though I hear her roll along the shore. I can even see between these bars. Ain't I gonna ride that train no more. Never get to ride that old westward bound, though once a day she's through the town. I can see her smoke, hear her whistle sound. Never get to ride that old westward bound. Never gonna ride that train again, though sometimes at night I dream I am, but I'm doing life in the Kingston pen. Never gonna ride that train again. Well, now when my time is done at last, and I've paid in full for my errand pass, Lord, just grant me one last request. Let me ride the eternal skies on Heaven Express. Yeah, let me ride the eternal skies on Heaven Express. Now Katie dear from Carbonear was strolling down the road, when up ahead she saw a lad a-walking with a load. The lad was Luke O'Leary, and he had a catch of fish, and on his hip he had a 26er flask of Newfie Screech. Now Luke, he says to Katie, would you care to set a spell? We can sit and talk and pass me crock and raise a little well. Now I'll lay me fish beside the ditch for the folks to see me wares, and if I make some money, Kate, I'll take you to the fair. Now Katie says to Lukey, sure, I knows you're quite the buy. I knows your scheme already by the gleam that's in your eye. I'd rather trust the devil for to take me to the fair, as sure as my name's Katie and I come from Carbonear. Now Luke, he says to Katie, there's me dory on the shore. Would you care to sit with me a bit, and we both could pull an oar? We'll row out to the middle of the lake for just a while. Then he flashes Kate his famous Newfie Luke O'Leary smile. Katie
Katie says to Luke, sure, I knows you're quite the bay. I knows your scheme already by the gleam that's in your eye. I'd rather trust the devil in the middle of the lake, just as sure as I'm from Carbonear and that me name is Kate. He says to Katie, would you come and be me bride? For I know there's not a man in the lot can take you for a ride. Now I haven't much to offer you, but this one thing, my dear, I'm the very best of the men of the nets in all the Carbonear. Well, now Mrs. Kate O'Leary has a half a dozen kids. And her husband Luke is in his boat, a-fishing, jigging squids. But when the day is over and the kiddies are in bed, Luke says, well, let's retire, Kate, and this is what she says. Oh, Katie says to Luke, sure, I knows you're quite the buy, and I knows your scheme already by the gleam that's in your eye. I'd rather trust the devil asking me upstairs to bed, for I'd rather not bother to mother another half a dozen kids. I'd rather not bother to mother another half a dozen kids.
Easy, walking slow, humming a melody, kinda soft and low, enjoying a memory from the long ago. Walking easy, walking slow, easy, taking my time, kinda pondering some things on my mind, and dreaming all over some old dreams of mine. Walking easy, taking my time. Thinking of you and all of those happy times that we once knew. Our walk in the reindeer or dinner for two. Walking easy, thinking of you. I'm walking easy, walking slow, humming a melody, kinda soft and low, enjoying a memory from the long ago. Walking easy, walking slow, just walking easy, walking kinda slow.